he sees something in the shadows. He woke up, he goes outside, and it's one of the old men that was from
Yeah.
earlier. My
Yeah. One
man
of the
said,
scavengers. Yeah.
he said, I've been tracking these kids for a long time. I said,
Yo.
oh no.
Yo. I said,
Oh
what are you gonna do to these kids? You
no.
give it up for Dirty Joe and the boys. I'm like,
It's
goodbye,
like
Mr. Epstein.
about the Jeffrey Dahmer these kids. Hey, what's up? It's Rashad. Antonio. We are the Upon Further Review.
Yep, yep.
And man, Hulu said we're gonna drop 3 episodes at the same time for our premiere. Paradise season 2 premiere, episodes 1 through 3, Graceland,
Hmm.
Mayday, and Another Day in Paradise. All spoilers. We did a series review from this last year. As a matter of fact, if you weren't here, then that means you need to be subscribed. So that's one.
Yes.
And then two, we did it actually with 2 shows that really surprised us. Well, one show we knew was gonna be good. That was Invincible. And
Hmm.
then on the other half, we talked about this show, which really snuck up on us because I can't even lie. Like the black delegation was on the show early,
Yes.
and I slept about the 5th episode. I was like, hold on, yo, this is actually good.
Yeah.
It like this show gives you like the classic TV show feels,
Hmm.
and sometimes like you just want that bit of nostalgia with some just some good TV writing, TV budget. Everything ain't gonna be Avengers Endgame level CGI. It don't like that don't even
Yeah.
matter. But the characters from the first season are almost all compelling. There are some really funny twists and turns in regards to how people get to where they are.
Yes.
And man, season 2 is setting up to be the
The
same
same
way.
way. Yes, yes.
So off top, man. Like, oh yeah, I got a brand new segment too. We can talk about it
All
later on in the show.
right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tease that right now. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll get to that when we talk about that episode. So okay, so this is what they essentially did was say, hey, we're gonna give you the new antagonist,
Hmm.
and we're gonna tell you where our main character is in Collins, like where he left off,
Hmm.
and also what happened to our homegirl Sinatra and what's going on back in
Yeah.
paradise.
Yeah. Hmm.
And that's kind of how they did it. So, like, I understand a 3 episode drop. I would have
Uh,
been very happy with just one episode at a time.
uh-huh.
Because,
Yeah, I would
that first
have.
episode was a strong hour episode.
Yes, it was.
So yeah, so like I see why they did it. They want to make sure by the time we get to the actual beginnings of what season 2 is, that y'all already got that out the way. So this is kind of the blessing and the curse of streaming sometimes. Because if
Hmm.
this was a normal network show, get that one episode and be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we start off at Graceland with our homegirl Annie.
Hmm.
Annie essentially is going to be one of our main characters this season. Oh yeah, man! Shout out to that chick Angel. We be chilling with your homeboy Kevin Frederick, aka Kevin on stage.
Uh-huh.
She was the was the black security guard at Graceland.
And she was your stereotypical black security guard.
It was so good. I said
Stereotypical
yes,
female
man.
black security guard. Yes, she was.
She
Yeah.
embodied all of that, yo.
Uh-huh.
So good job to her, man. It's good to see the people that you watch all the time, like in roles and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Angel, man. So like that, their relationship, and also the fact that Annie essentially was someone who had a very traumatic upbringing
Whew, yeah.
because her mom looked to be a successful doctor who ended up having a debilitating mental or like you know what I'm saying, some sort of ailment,
Yeah.
that left her kind of like, homebound, and she was
Hmm.
going to Graceland, of course, the home that Elvis built, Elvis' parents,
Mm-hmm.
as I found out, because I ain't know about Graceland. Um, and she would go on the tour just for her mom, just what you could say, hey, what was the joke?
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then she ends up going to medical school, has a super breakdown,
Yes.
doesn't know what she's gonna do with her life,
Oh, don't forget her
and
mom. Her mom dies as a kid, you know.
mom dies because you
Yeah.
know this is a Disney adjacent property, so somebody
Yeah.
mama gotta die, and this is what we do out here. We kill
Yeah.
moms on we kill moms
Yeah.
with Disney. So her mom did pass away from her from her ailment, and she ends up staying at Graceland and becoming a tour guide because she was outside of it, just broke down,
Yeah.
uh, just disheveled, and she and
And like always, Rashad, what always
come on,
happen?
Angel
What
said,
what
"Come on, baby, we I just
let, can I go on a rant real quick?
go
Just a
ahead."
small, quick rant. Okay. It just perplexes me in this country and in this world how much people really, 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 for all intents and purposes, don't like black people, let alone black American people or whatnot. And I'm saying that because there are black people across the world who don't like black Americans. But our style is always the most jack, swagger jack across the world. You know, kind of like what Paul Mooney says, everybody everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. And I just say that in that way. I don't mean to say that. But it's funny because for all the crap and all the trash that we have gone through, you know what I'm saying, being black Americans, we are always the most forgiving. We are always the ones quick to help you when, you know what I'm saying, when you down and out. Because you see this girl is having a, like, she just dropped out of med school. She had a breakdown at the hospital, and she went to the one place that was kind of like a solace for her because her mom let her go there. And she just parked in
Yeah,
front of Graceland. The black woman comes over, the security guard was like, hey, baby, you can't park here. You gotta move. And she was just like, I just need somewhere to be, blah, 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 or whatever. And she looked at her and she just knew that she needed something. And she was like, come here, girl. Let's, you know, and she took her in. So, people, my one little PSA, leave black Americans alone. Recognize, recognize us and stop taking us for granted and stop saying dumb stuff like black Americans don't have no culture because we are a culture and a lot of y'all are taking our culture.
yeah. Shout out to the dude that wrote this episode. And he also wrote "This Is Us." So
This, yeah, this
there
felt
gotta
very
be
This Is
yeah.
Us. Yes, it
Yeah,
did.
there got to
Yes.
be some sort of sensitivity
Hmm.
to the blacks. And we appreciate it, Mr. Dan Fogelman and
And I
Eric
love This Is
Wynn.
Us.
I don't know who you are. You don't have a
Yeah,
wiki yet. So as
yeah,
soon as you get the wiki, we'll big you up too.
yeah.
But
And I
that's
love This Is
true.
Us.
Yeah, I didn't feel like crying a lot, so
Yeah.
totally skipped This Is Us.
Okay.
So yeah, so that is very true because that kind of sets up the episode.
Hmm.
And we see that this is essentially going to be over time. She starts to do the tour, tour guide, the guy, he retires, whatever, and she becomes a tour guide. So got her life back on track, got a good job, got a friend
Hmm.
in Angel.
Hmm.
And the day that the super volcano erupts,
Hmm.
they're at work and she goes into straight survival mode.
Yeah.
Everybody else is trying to get out of there because they don't know what's going on. And she gathers some things, go down to the basement,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in
Tells
the
Angel go to the
fracas.
gift shop. Go to
Yeah.
the gift shop. The food, get as much perishable food as you can, and bring
Uh-huh.
it on back over here. Hmm.
Yeah. So ends up Gail, very black lady name too. Gail
Hmm.
ends up breaking her leg
Hmm.
because she can't get herself together after that boom. She heard the sonic
Sonic
boom,
boom.
and then she ended up falling down them steps. You know what I'm saying? Very white lady like, ironically. And
Uh-huh.
and breaks like unless she broke her tibia. Because
Yeah, and that
yes.
that looked like a compound fracture too
Yeah,
because
yeah. I'm sorry,
it broke
tibia and
skin.
fibia. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it broke
So
skin.
yeah, it was not cute at all. So over time, they're, what I'm saying, eating and whatever, and she ends up passing away. As this goes on, Annie realized, like, look, yo, if they actually let off nuclear bombs, we would have heard the bomb.
Hmm.
So they went outside, and now we're having like
A nuclear
essentially the world's ashed over from the plume
volcano.
of smoke from
Hmm.
the volcano, and now it's gotten like super cold. So it went through this little like
Yo,
almost mini ice age
yo,
for like
that
for almost like 5 years, right?
something like yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Cause
yeah, for a while, we're just gonna kind of we go over some stuff. Then we'll have some
uh-huh.
fun in a few seconds. I got some
Yeah.
funny. I got a question to ask too. So,
Okay.
so that happens, and then we see this group of people. Eventually, the sun comes out. Earth
Uh-huh.
starts to thaw out. She's in the home eating, scraps and trying to figure her life out and just being alone. And then a group of roving men come through.
Mm-hmm.
She got the blicky. She got the gold blicky,
The gold-plated
and
Elvis blinky that she said.
she's like, "Yeah, I'm about to shoot me some people." And this group came in there. It was like 5 people, like 5 or 6
Hmm.
people,
Hmm.
and you're waiting for because we've been trained to be so negative with TV.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
waiting for this girl to be beaten and brutally
R
abused by these
R
men.
word. R word. Yes.
Hard R, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't happen. And not only is it messing with the viewers, it's messing with her because
Yep.
she's like, I can't trust y'all
Hmm.
because men be men, especially in these situations.
Hmm.
So, but they end up being kind of decent people. Like
Yeah.
yo, we just going around on the
Hmm.
East Coast shutting down all the nuclear plants because we don't want them to melt down because nobody's attending to them anymore.
Yeah.
So ironically, there's a guy named Geiger, like Geiger counter,
Yeah.
earthquake. So
Hmm.
so him, do Link,
Hmm.
and we got a black guy aptly named Big Papa. That's the
Uh-huh. Baby, baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And two
Hmm.
other dudes.
Uh,
One guy, black guy name is Urkel, and I don't
hmm.
remember the other guy's name. But either way,
Yeah.
they're the crew, and they are pretty stand-up dudes.
Yeah.
And okay, his new segment. All right.
Uh-huh.
So
Here
on
we
on
go.
this pod, like I'm
Uh-huh.
calling this the you got to ask the tougher question because
Uh-huh.
tougher is the acronym for the upon further view, TUFR. Got to ask the tougher question, Tony.
Let's go.
What was the deal with the crew bigging up Link as Mr. Sex Appeal the entire time? Because if you think, I want you to think about it, right?
Okay.
Oh, the prettiest dude of the group. Oh man, yeah, he came out there, shaved his beard and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you looking
Hmm.
good. Because the whole time you can see him trying to get Annie's guard down, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And they were kind of like, to me, it looked like they were facilitating that in a way
Yeah.
because they was all because even on it they had the little dinner and she came down there with the outfit that what you call I had on in the picture.
Uh-huh.
What's Elvis's young wife name? Priscilla.
Yeah.
That that
Priscilla,
that that, that
yeah.
Priscilla had on,
Uh-huh.
and pedophilia there. But anyway, so because Elvis was a pedophile, guys. He She had the dress on, did her hair and everything because people said we're gonna have dinner tonight. So she said,
Mm. Let me dress up.
let me actually dress good for. I haven't done this in like 8 years or however long it
Uh-huh.
was. So they go downstairs and he shave that beard down because she was like, yo, you look ugly as hell. You know what I'm saying?
She
Compared to
said
your
that man
eye.
looked like Charles Manson out there.
I said, yo, he really do. That's why she was so scared. So
Uh-huh.
so he come down with the little 5 o'clock shadow
Uh-huh.
and he said, oh, okay. She was like, damn boy, you clean them good. And
Uh-huh.
then after that, everybody's like, oh yeah, Link, look at you. We see you, Link. And then
Yeah.
they kind of let them leave
Mm-hmm.
on purpose. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then what he does, he smashes.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, because they're talking about trying to build a new world.
Yeah.
Everywhere they go, are they running this same type of like side mission of seeing how they can repopulate the earth
Mm-hmm.
using themselves and women that they meet along the way? So, but instead of being rude and nasty and vile, just be charming and be nice and let them just, smash everybody they can. They just cracking across the country.
Cracking.
And then they
Cracking.
can actually repopulate the earth because now they're
Sowing their
making
wild oats.
not even that, just sowing seed, period. You know what I'm
Seeds. Yeah.
saying? Because
That is
she
interesting,
because
Rashad.
because it was so weird to me when I saw that. I was like, hold the hell up, y'all. Why are they so cool with this? Because think about it, in any other situation, if it's five dudes and one girl,
They fighting.
and yo,
Or she catching all of them in a bad way.
that's what I'm saying. So this is just so that's the tougher question that I had to ask because I
Uh-huh.
don't understand like why they was just so relaxed and cool like that. This may just be me. I feel like there's another layer to this that hasn't been talked to. Mine is laying seeds because that's kind of how this show is. Because even when we get to the next episode and how they're trying to get to they're trying to get to Colorado to kill Alex, whoever
Mm-hmm.
Alex is. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? At the plant, so then they can actually get this whatever they're talking about and start to shape the world and bring the world back. Because that's like everybody's. And I think about it too. Skipping to episode 3. That's what Sinatra's whole plan is, as we see. She's trying to bring the world back.
Yeah.
That even for the last season, it was like, yeah, we just trying to make sure everything is cool on the outside. So when we get
Mm-hmm.
out there, we
Mm-hmm.
can bring the world back the right way. Very Fallout like. Very much like Fallout.
Yes.
So they got like the gut. Is this okay? This is basically Fallout.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, because you have a government entity who has been infiltrated by privatized corporation and billionaires. They even though it's not like a like they did on purpose, but they
Mm-hmm.
were warned about something that was going to happen. They then themselves make a bunker to save the elite of the world.
Oh.
And then the only reason why the outside isn't nuclear fallout is because the president was like, nah, I can't kill everybody. This is crazy. And then he stopped the bombs from actually, being
Mm-hmm.
nuclearized. That's not a
Mm-hmm.
word. So they were
Yeah,
just basically just
detonated or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, they were just duds when they fell. They even though right now they may be leaking plutonium because we don't know how long
Yeah.
they've been there and how damaged
Right.
they are. But either way, like it wasn't just straight, nuclear fallout across the entire globe.
Right.
So they got everybody believing in the bunker that yo, like outside, it's it's crazy outside. It's a homicide. So
Homicide. Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm ranting, but I'm trying to get like so that's how everybody's viewing inside the bunker. So they're being fed a lie
Mm-hmm.
in the bunker. But
Mm-hmm.
outside is actually like, yo, the world is coming back. So they
Mm-hmm.
think. Because we know the what's that dude name? The scientist from the first season at the symposium that they went to, he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we got the extended version of that talk. So he says, I'm jumping around now because I don't care. He said he got the sentence. So now he's like, yeah, what's gonna happen is that eventually it's gonna, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna the ash is gonna go away, something's gonna come back out. But then it's gonna be like, hey, something else is gonna happen. You
Yeah.
ever heard you ever heard of the Venus effects? I was like the planet or the fly trap? Nigga, it was definitely the planet. So
Yeah.
he said, yeah, what's gonna happen is that the everything's gonna dry up and then the temperature is just gonna get hotter and hotter.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know, Venus
Mm-hmm.
is pretty hot.
Ignorantly hot.
Pretty hot.
I
I
think
think
I,
it can melt.
I think Venus and Mercury are like the hottest planet because they're the closest ones to the sun. That's
Yeah,
why Earth is
yeah,
known
yeah,
as the
yeah.
third rock from the sun.
Absolutely. So it's an inhabitable place.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they said basically Earth is gonna be like Venus.
That's
And
crazy.
I'm like, unless we can have this one thing, and this is device, this sort of technology that this scientist, of course, this a college scientist has he made for the betterment of whatever, and big 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 bunker trying to get it from him, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
so Sinatra sends the dude from the first season that the crazy white lady who was trying to play Wee 10 is killed.
Mm-hmm.
We see some more of his backstory. He's like essentially like a corporate hitman,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey man, I could do a job for you," and I just want to say that shit was so sad.
Yo, my man
So I
first
mean,
my man went to go kill this dude, and he goes in there and sees his wife. And he's like, "You ask why me and my wife can't have kids? This is why." Like, whatever she had disease she has, I forgot what he said. She's just like
Hutchinson's.
yeah, like she's bedridden, like she's not moving. She's basically a step away from being a vegetable for the, what I'm saying, for the most part.
Yeah.
And what has he done? Because he's like, yo, I basically am here and still alive. And I still do what I do to keep her alive. But since I'm not gonna be here, what does he do? He euthanizes his wife. It was sad when he put the stuff in her veins and you see her
I
start
was
to, I
like,
said,
no, he not
no.
youth. I know he not Dr. Kevorkian
Yes,
out
he's
here, bro.
Kevorkian his wife. And then he talks to the guy and was like, hey, my assistant. He's a young kid. He's a kid, man. A young, say a young man, probably like what, Rashad in his late late teens, early 20s. I'm gonna say early 20s. He was like, don't kill him. Do me that favor. Like I'm being cool. I know what my fate is gonna be. Don't kill him. And my man was just like, all right, you got it. Silenced him, shot him, killed him. And the kid happened to walk in and was like, he looked at him and said, you weren't here. I weren't here. You ain't see nothing. I don't know what happened. Go about your day.
He said, "This is your lucky day."
This is your lucky day. Kid said, yes, it is. And left from that point forward.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
and
want
then
to talk.
that's revealed to be to be Link.
Yeah, right. That's Link or whatever.
Yeah.
What I wanted to bring up is this. Going back to that first episode
Okay.
where I love that we saw so we saw what happened, but we saw it from the inverse of what we saw in the first season. So remember the
Oh yeah,
first
yeah,
season, I
yeah,
believe
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe episode 8 or 9 was the episode where we saw what was going on near the coast. We saw that big ass wave coming and we saw all that stuff and everything like that. Graceland is in Tennessee. I think what, Nashville, or if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, it's somewhere around
Tennessee is a
there.
little bit more inland
It's
or what, way more
definitively inland.
definitive more inland. So, you get to see where, all right, probably The western part, not West Virginia, but maybe West Virginia, but the western part of Virginia, maybe the most eastern part of Tennessee is like the new coastline. It's like the new coastline for the United States. And you seeing basically how Central United States is basically kind of okay, but they're concerned about the what I'm saying, the nuclear bombs or whatever like that.
Yeah,
I
matter of fact,
also
I wrote the map up. So right
Mhm,
now,
mhm.
because remember, Atlanta is still a place.
Yes,
All right, so that's so Graceland is in Memphis. It's like at the
Memphis.
tip of like Arkansas and Mississippi. Because
Right. Remember
remember,
he said
right
that's
right across
telescope.
you can see Arkansas. It's like
Right.
at the borderline. So
Uh-huh.
Mississippi is like to the immediate south,
Uh-huh.
Alabama, then like Georgia. So Atlanta's still a place.
Uh-huh.
In the show, what you saw like rushing was the Mississippi River.
Okay. That was
So
a
the
that
Miss
was
so the
over.
Miss so think about it like this though.
Uh-huh.
The fact that because the Mississippi is feeds into the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's how crazy the water level went that the Gulf of Mexico got so engorged that it started pushing water into the
Into yeah.
into the Mississippi. That's
Yeah.
wild.
That's wild as hell. But I also, like I said, I just like the fact that we see it
Oh
from the
yeah, yeah,
opposite,
yeah, yeah,
like I
yeah,
said, from the
definitely.
opposite side of, you have the lavishness of what's going on inside Paradise, the Paradise Bunker, and how these people, like your girl Annie and them, are getting it in the mud. You know what I'm saying? On the out
Yeah.
on the outside world. And the first thing I thought of when they showed like, cause what did she say? What your girl Gail said? She said, it's the middle of summer. Why is it so cold? And she said, yo, that's the volcanic ash blocking the sun rays coming in. And you know the first thing I thought of, Rashad? You know the movie I thought of.
You talking about Day After Tomorrow?
The Matrix.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
The dark sky thing where they said they
yeah,
blocked the sun
yeah, about this,
so the machines
yeah,
couldn't get, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, so I was thinking like, oh, so this is kind of like what would happen.
Or I'm not sure if you've ever seen oh, I'm gonna say that movie. I think if I keep on talking.
Yeah. So, seeing that and basically seeing how people were surviving, what I'm saying, surviving out there in this post-apoc in a quote post-apocalyptic, cataclysmic world, what I'm saying, world event from that, that first episode. And going back to what you asked, the tough, that was a good thing you said, man, about the whole, is this like their plan? Because it seemed like it was almost like, all right, Link, it's your turn to get them cheeks. That
That's what no,
it's your
I'm
turn, baby, to
saying.
clap them
It was
cheeks or
hella weird.
whatever. So I'm thinking, is it his turn to, do his thing? Or Rashad, could it have been that your boy Link has not known a woman? It may have been a virgin. Because when when him and Annie started making out and was proceeding to have their sex scene, they were real goofy as hell. They
Yeah.
were they were real goofy. They were acting like, oh my God, what are we gonna do here? I don't, that's where it goes, right? They're like they were they were acting like some virgins, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But you can tell how they look like two people trying to figure it out. But then again, like you said, Rashad, could that just been his game of like, I don't know, because after the dude was done, like I don't know what happened with her, what type of catharsis moment she had. She was just like, yeah, and locked herself in a room.
Like I ain't
And
going with y'all nowhere.
I ain't going with y'all nowhere. And it was like after the dude was done, and they know the dude was done. It was like, all right, we leaving. He was like, hey, yo, we about to leave. They about to leave you. Come on. Like they had no problem just straight. The guys had no problem just straight leaving her ass right there, Rashad. You know what I'm saying? Like it weren't like the whole Annie, man. No, it ain't safe here. You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, come on with us. You know we good dudes or whatever. We gave you some boar bacon, It did look good as hell, by the way. That breakfast they fixed it, whatever. So it's it was kind of weird. And then what do we see? 9 months later, Annie, Annie
Yo,
pregnant.
absolutely.
Annie
So
is pregnant, and she's just going about her day. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, yo, girl, you are by yourself. How are you gonna deliver this baby by yourself? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And even Link was just like, yo, he wanted to stay, but he left a message with her, was like, hey, after we handle what we handle in Colorado, I'm coming back for you. So
yeah,
what happens? She hears a loud like plane
explosion.
sound,
Yeah,
explosion. She looks over to the telescope, and what do we see? A fireball. Like there was a plane crash. And then we do like a little close-up shot, and we see our boy Xavier, Collins, sitting there, passed out. And I think that's a good transition because we haven't even talked about that second st- that
bro.
second
Like,
that second episode was like, yo, like it was a double tearjerker because half of the episode, so the episodes are broken, basically are intermingled. That's one thing I love about how this show intermingle
yeah,
present
it's
in the
very
past.
it's this like the flashback isn't used as like a plot device. It's part of the
Mm,
plot.
right. So you see half of the story is
I'm sorry, Tony.
uh
Snowpiercer. You ever see Snowpiercer?
I have it, but I want to see that. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
see that.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of
Yeah.
like the plot of Snowpiercer too, a
Okay.
little bit. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you cool. So half the story in the second one is, the plane crash, Collins dislocates his kneecap. He's
Bro.
trying, yeah, dude. He's trying to like figure out a way to get himself, and then and then it flashes back to him when he was training for Secret Service, and you know she was training for Secret Service, and he injured himself, and I think he tore the ligament and dislocated his kneecap,
Yeah, yeah,
and the
yeah.
guy was telling him like, yeah, what we gonna do is this. You tell them what they gonna do to him in the surgery. And the guy was like, "Well, how do I do it?" He was like, "Man, you wouldn't be able to survive. Like, you gonna be passed out." But he told him like, "Look, I'm gonna stabilize the bottom part of your leg, stabilize the top part, and I'm just gonna push down on your kneecap, and you're gonna hear like a plunk sound." And when he said that, I said, "Ew." As someone who has had knee surgery, I was just cringing the entire episode with that. So you see, he talks about that. So you see in present day, he's like realized his kneecap has popped out of place again, and he is trying to set himself up to do it. And right when he's about to hit his head down, a kid comes out of nowhere, covers his mouth, and he's like, and the kid is like, and you see scavengers out here, and he's like talking to the kid. Kid is not saying a word to him, but going through his stuff. He was like, "That's my stuff. That's my stuff." And then finally, the kid kind of helps him, like, "Hey, kind of follow him." And there's like an abandoned boat that's on the land. That probably lets
Bro.
you know too how far that water came in, and it kind of receded back
Bro.
out as well. So there's like an abandoned boat that's land bound, and he's in there, and the kid gets him in, and he looks, and then he looks up, and it's like six, seven, like what, four more kids in there.
Because it's
And
five of them. It's five of them in total.
yeah, I
Tony.
said, what type of Lord of the Flies stuff is this going
That
on right
yo,
here?
there's children are corn out here.
And they
Like
just,
how yo, like why did it switch to horror?
yeah, it
Because
did.
like
I
it
was,
because it was like because it was thunder and lightning, right? And it's like
uh-huh,
boom, lightning. What the
uh-huh.
it's just standing there, not talking, not emoting, just
1,000 yard stare, just looking at
I
him.
said, yo, these kids done been through it.
Right. And so you see, it's so still talking about just one half of the story. You see that the kids are like going through his stuff and he's trying to communicate with them, and they ain't paying him no mind one bit. And then he's like, hey, and it ain't like these kids are like, we don't understand what you said. They understand everything he's saying. He tells one of them, hey, I gotta pop my knee. Can you give me the rope? The guy kid gives him the rope, and he's getting ready to pop it, and the kid covers his mouth again, and he's like, what? And he's just like, wait for the thunder so the people can't hear. And they have got it timed out. Like 1,000, 1,000, 3, and you hear, "Oh," and you hear that. And I said, "Oh my Lord." And he told them, "Hey y'all, don't be scared. Hey, I'ma yell. I may even pass out, but don't be scared." And that's exactly what he does. He passes
Yeah, he
out from the
passed.
pain.
Yeah,
Then he
definitely.
comes back to, and he's like, "Hey, Xavier, this is that." The kid says, "We understand you. We understand." I was like, "You little bastard," because he had me going for a minute, like, "Yo, did these kids?" And he's just, and come to find out, these kids are a travel baseball team. He was like, "Yo, we were a travel team. My sister, the only one that wasn't on the team. The other adults, they died, you know, and we just been surviving ever since."
Was like, bro, this is so wild.
And they were plotting on him the whole time.
The
They were
whole
like, they're talking.
time. Yo,
They were talking.
Tony.
My man whispered. The kid said, "He wants to know, can he have your jacket when you die?" I said, "What? What is this?"
What the hell is going on?
Right, and my man's like, "Yeah, yeah, you can
Like
have
these
it
kids
fine."
is really built different out here. Yo,
Yeah.
but real quick, like going so
Uh-huh.
like so now they have this this like he understands them. So
Mm-hmm.
he's just being a dad. You know what I'm saying? Because he see
Yes.
these kids and and also it's in his nature to
Mm-hmm.
be a nurturer. We'll get to that when you talk about
Mm-hmm.
his he's trying to smash his
Yeah.
wife, soon to be wife. So he's trying to just give these kids some humanity. And
I
and
can
and and
I can
and
read that book to you. I read it to
yeah,
my
so he's reading
son.
the books with the kid, and the kid actually fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So he's feeling like, oh yeah, whew, I think I got me a couple of allies here. That man fell asleep, and he sees something in the shadows. He woke up, he goes outside, and it's one of the old men that was from
Yeah.
earlier. My
Yeah. One
man
of the
said,
scavengers. Yeah.
he said, "Yeah, I've been tracking these kids for a long time." I said,
Yo.
"Oh no,
Yo. I said, "What are
oh
you gonna do to these kids? You yeah,
no,
give it
no!"
up for Dirty Joe and the boys. I'm like, what are you gonna do to these? Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
tracking these kids for a long time. That's like,
I'm
if you
like,
don't get
so I'm
out.
like, so like, are these
Goodbye,
like,
Mr. Epstein.
I don't even know. I'm like, I'm like, I think they like he about to Jeffrey Dahmer these kids or something.
Yeah.
Maybe both. I don't know. Either way, I was scared. I said, "Oh no,
Mm,
this can't be happening." So Collins does kind of quick work of the guy, even with
yeah.
a bad knee.
Uh-huh.
But the only thing is, he got he got stabbed in the stomach in the process.
But the girl said, he, you got hurt really bad. He was like, I'm okay. Oh shit.
Oh shit. He said, "Can you help me out?" They pulled the knife out. L.
My man
Let's
passes
let's let's
out.
we forget.
Uh-huh.
Lest we forget the craziest scene in these whole three episodes
Uh-huh.
was after they killed the dude.
They
Collins is like, "Yo, I had to do it. Fam's a bad guy. I'm just,
uh
I had to take action." They
they
look at
said
him. They covered that bastard in
they
mud. They
buried him. They
buried him.
and he
The
was like, "What?"
kids
Yeah, he was like, "What are y'all
buried
doing?" They just
him.
buried him in mud. I was
I
like,
said, "Oh my God, what is this world?"
"This world is out of control, man." I said, "This world is
Yo.
crazy as hell."
And then he passes out. They drag that bastard back to the boat. He wakes up the next day, everything gone.
Yeah,
All his stuff.
they patched him up nicely
Yeah,
to
yeah,
where his
yeah. They
blood.
looked out for him with
Yeah,
his stuff. They said, "Man, let's try to dress his wound a little bit.
uh-huh.
Give him a fighting chance." Took his
They left.
jacket anyway. Girl got his
Yeah,
jacket. You know what I'm saying? Took his
They left the
bag.
pitch. They left the
Left the
picture
picture
of
of
his
his kids because
kids.
he tried to lure him with the kids. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Hey,
Uh,
these my kids," and they did. Where are they? Oh, they're safe in Colorado. They like,
he said they're alive.
your kids alive?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you mean? So they was
And,
like, oh.
Because
Yeah.
this is what's the thing. When you saw that happen, you started to get a little pissed off at these little kids. Like,
I
these
said,
little
nah,
bastards. But
I was
then,
I wasn't
but
pissed.
but
Like
then they did the most kid thing. They left a little note drawn in like sorry.
sorry.
And I was like,
Oh, yo, like that
can't even be mad.
whole like
Yeah.
episode 2, man, like that little storyline,
Mm-hmm.
it was so good. Like it's just it just it really like you said, like it shows the other side. This is
Mm-hmm.
really like and also it's telling you like, look, outside of the bunker, it's it's apocalypse now
Yeah.
outside. You know, like it's
Survival of the fittest,
crazy.
man.
Yeah, yeah. Thug life, we
It's
still living it.
it's
It's crazy.
and so at this point, Annie makes it over, sees my man, sees the plane crash. Like, all right. Somehow she gets him on a horse. And she's taking him back to Graceland. And he's like, no, I gotta go to Atlanta. And she was like, oh, where you come from? It's a bunker in Colorado. She was like, okay. So I'm just tying this in to the end of the third episode.
Absolutely.
My man wakes up and is like, oh, snap. And he sees that his is properly more bandaged. And he's sitting there and interrogating this dude with the gold blicky. And he's like, hey, man, I gotta go. She's like, you ain't going nowhere. You gonna show me where this. He was like, no, I need to go to my wife.
He
And she's
said,
like,
nah. She said, nah, nigga, we going to
Colorado.
Colorado.
And got my man handcuffed to the jungle room in Graceland. My man is like, ah. He's just like, damn.
Man, I came here
I'm
for
like, right.
losing.
I'm like right there, and here she go. Here she go, and
I'm about to get Black Snake Moan down here. What is going
yo,
on?
she showed, and she was dead serious or whatever. So you about to now see the misadventures of Annie and Collins,
Yeah, I
and
don't think yeah, if he gains any amount of strength, he's gonna John Wick gung fu that gun from her, yeah, I don't see
yeah,
that happening at all.
or
I can't I like
or or I'm just gonna get ahead and give a prediction. She may die during childbirth, and he may have another kid he done adopted.
oh my God, that would be absolutely crazy.
Because this show is crazy enough to do something like that, Rashad.
Yeah, yeah, him having a little white baby.
Yeah. So let's get to the final episode. So we kind of
Episode
talked about
3.
episode three. We this episode is the second episode. I can't tell. I think that was more up to date, present day as well.
Hold
Eh,
on. Before you go
mhm.
to the third episode, let's just really quickly recap him in the hospital. So him in the hospital,
Yes, we didn't talk about that.
the
Sorry. The second
flashback
half.
scenes
Uh-huh.
in the hospital, the second episode is essentially Collins and his wife. And they're both in like the same room, which
Mm-hmm.
is crazy because why the
Yeah.
hell would y'all be a man and a woman in the same? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's military, whatever. So he's
Get his
recovering from his surgery.
uh-huh.
She's has like this
Like
debilitating
scoliosis.
scoliosis,
Mm-hmm.
and she's trying to get essentially scoliosis is you have this really crazy curvature in your back, and it
Mm-hmm.
impacts like a lot of how you talk. I mean, not talk,
Mm-hmm.
how you walk, your posture,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth. So she's in there to get surgery for that. So over the time, he is trying to he's in there leg up like that curtain open. He said, "Oh shoot."
No, but remember, Rashad, he wanted to get out of that hospital.
Oh,
He
that's what I'm saying. Because he
So
was
in
like,
the
"Yo,
beginning, he was like, there was like, what's your pain? He said, oh, about a 5'4". And she was like, oh, cool. Maybe tomorrow you get up out of here. He like bet, and he's like being very anal about, oh, I like Jello, but I don't like the lime kind. Blah 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 blah. This and that. And she's like, yo, the nurse is like, you are. Oh, he says, I know I'm a horrible person. My mom says the same thing. And so he's just, hey, can you get any kind but cherry? Give me. And all of a sudden, the curtains go. Rumi just chucks a lime. It's not lemon, it's lime. And he was like, hey. And he pulls back and sees, and he's like, oh, shit. So, He turned on his Johnny Bravo. Hey there, sweet sugar mama, how you doing?
He literally like just totally changed into like
He was like, "Hey, what's going on with you? What you just said?" She's like, "Yeah, like okay, yeah, not be a bother." The nurse comes back in. He says, "Nurse, by the way, I think it's more of an eight,
definitely more of an
and
eight.
everything eight, and I think I'm gonna have to be here for a little longer." It just started flaring back up, and she looked at him, and then he was like, and she was like, "You ain't got a
Ain't got it.
chance in hell for this daggone thing," and
So
you
he
basic,
views that as his challenge, you know,
yeah,
and over the time, like she's saying, look, I'm about to be I forgot what kind of scientist she said.
yeah, uh-huh,
I ain't got no time for no boyfriend. I'm gonna
uh-huh,
be in at the WHO in like
mm-hmm,
Brazil or something. I don't know,
mm-hmm,
some country in South
yeah.
America. Then I'll come back up here so I can be in the NIH and
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting my doctorate. So I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time to be entertaining you,
And she
Negro.
gave him
I
some price. She
don't.
says, even for a hot guy, I don't have no time for it. If I'm, and that's it.
That's all he needed.
Fellas, let me
That's
tell y'all something.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
this me and Rashad peep a game to y'all or whatever.
Get a game
We
to
just
him.
two mid 40-year-old guys. We've been around for a little bit. Hey man, all you need is one opening. One opening. Your opening could be, oh, you made her laugh. That opening could be her acknowledging you kind of cute. Kind of cute means you are somewhat interested. It's just your job not to screw it up from that point forward. Not to say
Yeah.
nothing stupid or do nothing stupid from this point forward. And he saw that opening and was like, bet. Get you know what I'm saying? I'm about to turn my, as the young folks say, I don't know if they still say this, his Riz level was about to turn all the way up on that
Yeah,
or
and it's
whatever.
funny because over the next couple of days, she's still like she's like, all right, this nigga is really not getting letting up. And
Mm-hmm.
in any other situation, this would be kind of like sexual harassment. But since it's a TV show, it's
Mm-hmm.
still a little, as she said, they're meet cute. So so he's really just trying to, hey man, like I am in the hospital, but I do really like you. And also because she said the nurse said he couldn't do it, he viewed it
Mm-hmm.
as a challenge.
Oh,
Because we saw
definitely.
earlier, even after he basically he ruptured
Dislocated.
his patella tendon basically
Yes.
and probably blew his ACL. He
Uh-huh.
still told the person like, look, I'm gonna break dude's record. I was
Yeah,
on track.
he was on track to
Yeah.
break the
Yeah, he said
course
no. He said
record.
no. It's all good. As soon as I'm out of here, I'm gonna break that hoe. So
Mm-hmm.
he just has that dogged determination.
Mm-hmm.
So she has the surgery, and then because of the surgery,
Side
because
effects.
it's your back and
Your spine.
your spine's connected
Yeah.
to your brain. She ends up going to have temporary blindness, and during that time, he really is concerned. He talks with her, calms her down. He
Even when
makes sure
she was giving
everything
him the shit and
yeah, he
everything
didn't
like that,
care.
man.
He made sure everything was set up in particular fashion so she can easily just feel for him to reach it. And
Mm-hmm.
then by the time that she gains her sight back, she finally realized that it was him doing that the entire time. So he was just doing it and didn't even let her know because it just was in his heart to do. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
he wants to be a protector and a
Yeah.
caregiver. So he
Remember,
did that.
but remember too, she kind of knew it was him at one point because remember he was leaving. Remember he was done.
He was cleared.
He
Yeah.
he was cleared. He was coming back every day, still like just doing the stuff. And she was like, "You don't have to do this." And he was like, "No, we good." And he asked her every day, "See anything?" No. Every day. See anything? Because she said the first thing she was going to see, they said that she would start seeing kind of like the form and shapes of figures and stuff like that. And then finally one day he was in there, he set her stuff up on her little tray, and he opened up the blinds and he was like, "See anything?" And she turned and looked at him and said, "It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while." And they shared their first passionate kiss. And that's showing the early stages of their love story. Once again, this, like you said, Rashad, I don't know if the same person did the second episode. it was very, the pacing of it was very This Is Us-ish. How they did This Is Us is another great show that does a
Yeah, it's
great
the same
job.
directors. It wasn't written by the same person though.
Okay, but they have This Is Us has always done a great job with intermingling flashback with current story and
Oh
things,
yeah, yeah,
getting things
they
together, because you
definitely,
saw
yeah.
too throughout the episode when he was in the present day and he was in and out. He kept seeing his wife with the light of ray sunshine hitting her hand out. That's exactly how it was when she finally got her sight back and saw him. So that was episode 2. Now let's get to episode 3.
Okay,
Boy, oh boy.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 3, like you can explain it, but I just want to frame the conversation. Episode 3 is essentially Trump in the bunker.
I was about to say that. I was about to say that. I was about to say that. So we are at the point, like at after the end of the first season, where Sinatra is in the hospital.
Yeah, and
You
how long
know,
she been in the hospital?
I don't
About a
know. She
month.
About a month, right? About a month, and she's recovering from the gunshot wound. That crazy chick, I can't think of her name. I know you'll look it up in a second,
Yeah,
Rashad.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Crazy chick that just wants to play her Wii.
Driscoll.
You, Driscoll, yeah, Driscoll shot her, and Driscoll basically, came and see her and says, "Look here." Told her, "I don't want you dead. I need you. You're too important to me. I need to know what made Driscoll go crazy. That chick is a nut job, by the way. We used to do
Yeah,
that for the
we'll
first.
because I
We
think
we
because
definitely going to
remember,
most likely
yeah,
get to
because
her.
the last how to think in the last episode, she's a sleeper agent, but for who?
Yeah,
Because we
yeah,
still don't know
right,
for who though. That's
right.
because she was like, I got to
So
keep you alive.
keep you right. So I got to keep you alive. So so they come up with the story with Driscoll, Collins, and Robinson, the black chick that was having the affair with the then president Mark Madsen and everything, but she was an agent too. Driscoll they come up with a thing where it was like Collins is the rogue agent. He's the one that this and that, and she saved the day. You know what I'm saying? And Driscoll came and saved the day. And Driscoll now has like a higher position in their security force or whatever.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, the guy that was the vice president, who is now the president down there, is such he is such a small man that wants respect. He's not getting his respect. And he think being a jerk or an asshole is going to get him his respect. But the thing is, to quote Sean Corey Carter, we don't believe you. You need more people. We don't
Absolutely.
believe you. So Sinatra comes out of the hospital. It's like her first day out the hospital, you getting interrogated. She was,
Tony, not even that, but she was in a coma.
yeah, she was in a coma. You getting interrogated. And so she goes, and so they get was it Gabriella, I believe, saying the doctor, saying the like psychology doctor that was inside Paradise, they the one she's the one that found the people to put inside Paradise. And the president says, ask her all these questions, because what happens is they were trying to the president comes up with this dumbass, it's summertime. You know what the people want? They need more sunlight. They need to make it feel like it's summer. Everybody sat there and looked at him like, you idiot. You idiot. And the guy that designed Paradise basically like just snapped on him, goes off, and he already knows what's about to happen. So what did he say, Rashad? Is this where I get arrested now? And he sure enough got
He
arrested.
was like, fucking idiot.
You idiot. And cut the fact, and the president was like, well, why can't we turn the power up? They was like, yeah, Sinatra, like,
Well, her
it's
little
a
side
section.
project is
It's a
siphoning
side project where, a
siphoning
side
power for
project is
that.
siphon
Yeah.
the power. Well, why? Why siphon the power? So in the middle of this, they do the interrogation with Sinatra. The president is like in a, what I'm saying, reverse mirror room, like, interrogation police station. And he's like, ask her. And you see he's being emotional. Nobody's paying him no mind. And she's like, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And she's basically like, you know what Sinatra's doing, Rashad? I plead the fifth. One, two, three, four, fifth.
And the great thing is she pulled a basic instinct on him and was just
Hmm.
straight up was relaxed the whole time
Yeah.
and passed the lie detector test
Hmm.
because um Gabriella was like, look, y'all, let me do the talking. But just like
Uh,
a petulant child, he got so upset
hmm.
that he messed it up. Like he probably eventually could have like, pressed her because that's kind of Gabriella's whole job is like, psychotherapy.
Psychological. Hmm.
And that's what she does is let me go ahead and do this. And also she had the added bonus of being with Sinatra from basically day one. She was recruited by her, and now
Hmm.
the fact that she was like, "Why are you keeping secrets from me?" She feels betrayed. So
Hmm.
she's going along with all this for the reason because she's trying to basically get some payback. But
Hmm.
even though in the background you still have Driscoll is just back there as well,
Hmm.
and this leads to a very funny part. Not a funny part, but it's funny.
Hmm.
So because of the what's my man name? Was it Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Billy. Um Back when they had their conversation with Sinatra from earlier on when she was being recruited, when he was trying I'm sorry, when the president's dad was like, yeah, I gotta meet you to some new people or whatever. And they end up linking up. And after he kills Miller is his name.
Hmm. Hmm.
They sit down at the bench and he's like, "Yeah, um, this is it." You know what I'm saying? Because he was being sarcastic with her the whole time because she was so green and so
Hmm.
scary. She didn't even she wasn't even understanding how to do this. And he said, "Hey, what if I need you for?" She was like, "What if I need you for something else?" And then basically he gave her like a code. What's the code? He said, something about like they. Oh yeah, they need a breath mint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They knew. Right. They
Yeah,
need a
cause like,
breath
cause,
mint.
cause, cause, he was after it was all over.
Hmm.
She was standing there behind her, and then he was like, no, no. And this Sinatra says, "Man, I'm all right," and but he definitely needs a
He
breath
needs a
mint.
breath mint.
And
Uh-huh.
we thinking like, that nigga breath stink,
Because
because
he
he was
did
hella
bust up in there
he
and
was
was
hella
closer.
close.
Hmm.
I'm like, that's funny. But
Hmm.
no, it wasn't funny because the next scene we see Driscoll
So, so,
and
so let's talk about how we got to that point.
okay,
This
my
guy
bad.
that's the president is an idiot moron from Mount Dumbass. Yo, like this guy is like, oh, so much security always around. You are the president. You just finished having somewhat of an insurrection riot inside this thing. There are people out
Oh yeah,
here.
because people getting rounded up
Yeah,
and and
people are
and
getting
thrown into
rounded up.
cages.
Right, exactly.
Very
Um,
much America like out here.
yeah, the former president's son is basically going around tagging stuff, and they have their little anarchist group along with
Daughter.
Colin's daughter and his, and what I'm saying, and the son. And so, no, it's not going to be safe for you out here at this point. He wants to go running by himself, jogging at a quote unquote paradise nighttime or whatever, with the sunlight control. And what happened? He's out there and he's like, I want to go by myself. I don't need all y'all there. And Driscoll's like, I'll go. I'll do it. It's okay. And she's running with him, and he's like, "Oh man, this is great! Blah 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 blah. This is wonderful." She's like, "Yeah, Mr. President, everything's gonna be fine." Yeah, slit his throat.
And the funny thing is, like, as that's happening, like
Mm-hmm.
simultaneously, we
Mm-hmm.
see
Robinson.
yeah, Robinson, yeah, the black I'm about to say the black lady's getting cracked by the president ever so passionately because
Yeah.
black women gonna say the day every time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant to say too. And in this situation, a black woman is gonna say the day again. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
guys, that is the upon further review trope
True.
that we
Yes.
will hold true till the end of time. A black woman always says the day. So
Two
she's in
tropes.
the
We two
background.
tropes we have. Black women gonna save the day, and the downfall of most men.
His vagina.
Vagina.
Is proven true
Vagina.
in this show too. So,
Uh-huh.
so we have Robinson
Uh-huh.
is like, what the hell is going on with this girl, yo?
Yeah.
And so she does her own investigating, goes back to homeboy's house and is
Uh-huh.
snooping around and looking, and she ends up finding that hold up, I don't think he killed himself. That's
Mm-hmm.
one. He had a shoulder injury, but that
Mm-hmm.
man is in here lifting weights and working out. I don't understand that because he had a whole gym set up in his house,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of dope. But yeah, anyway, he goes upstairs. She goes upstairs and sees that he actually has a wedding ring. He was gonna propose to this girl. So he's like, "Oh nah, he was hitting that, and I didn't even know." So and I think that's one thing that they underestimated when they was going
Mm-hmm.
into the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
That like people was gonna be having sex,
Yeah.
and not the people that you think. Because when people aren't, we in bad. When people are in close quarters together, some of the most unseemly, unlikely relationships form.
And we
I
have
won't
seen a
be
bunch of
naming any names.
them. We're not gonna name no names.
I won't name names, but y'all know who y'all are. Y'all have some very questionable taste and questionable relationships. Okay? So when that happens, because you're in close quarters, people who you don't think would have any sort of liking to each other end
Mm-hmm.
up kind of feeling each other because you're just in close proximity. And in the
Mm-hmm.
bunker, you're literally locked in with these people every day. So you ain't got no the pool is very small.
Yes.
So she realizes this, says, "Hey, anybody got eyes on Driscoll?"
Yeah.
She hit the group text. She hit group me and then the bunker was like, "Nigga, where is Driscoll?" And they was like, "Oh
Yeah.
man, she with the president." And then she puts on her screaming white lady I'm scared voice over the comms. Like, oh my God, somebody killed the president. And then puts the X on the back of it as in
Uh-huh.
one of the insurrectionists. I'm glad you said insurrectionists. Well,
Mm-hmm.
one of the insurrectionists killed the president as her cop out or her
Mm-hmm.
alibi.
Right.
So when I mean
And then Frank Robinson, remember? Because she saw that she was doing all that, and she saw that Robinson was the closest one. It was kind of like, well, sucks to be you. Type. It was like a sucks to be you type thing. They gonna put her in a rear naked choke, put her to sleep. Robinson killed the president. I subdued her. And yeah, I couldn't do anything about it. And this and that, the way she
is
did
it
everything
it
is so
was
sloppy, though. It's
but it
sloppy.
was but I'm not even that, but like y'all got all this big bunker. Like, where y'all cameras at? Ain't no cameras on the one street that the president, even what's the last president say? Miller.
Yeah,
Like even he was on that street running on the street, even though it was in the daytime. But still,
yeah,
that's the president's block. Why y'all not? But
yeah.
that's not a hit on there. I know we got to make this a show.
Hmm.
So, but either way, the fact that she did that and now it's looking like again, who is Driscoll and
Hmm.
why does she need Sinatra to be in power? Like
Right.
I'm like that's that mystery right there to me as of right now is
Hmm.
probably the most interesting mystery because she's moving like a damn sleeper agent and
Yeah.
I ain't ever seen one.
She moving like a Black Widow for real, like a Black Widow agent for real.
She is.
Seriously. But then you got the other part of this episode where you have the relationship between Colin's daughter and the former president's son, and they're like in charge of the little insurrection group or whatever. And they apparently were supposed to meet up with each other. I forget exactly what happened in that process,
Oh, I
but she
remember.
was,
Her little brother intercepts the message
yeah,
because
yeah,
they're
that's
putting the
right.
messages in like the book drop, and this
Hmm.
little nigga said, "Man, get away from my sister, yo."
Yeah, right.
I was
Yeah,
like, "We got a little hater." That's all I'm
yes,
talking about. I would not. I wouldn't expect it. The little cute little boy with the braces and the glasses to be the
yeah,
hater, but I'm here
right.
for it.
So, so the kid, the president's son, former president's son gets captured by the police. The girl, she gets there too late, and she's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "It's all good," because he like it's all good or whatever. And so this episode is ending with, like I said, you saw what happened with Collins and him. Old girl Annie's going to take him. Like you're going to show him what Colorado is, but then we see them going to the subterranean dungeon, maximum security, so many feet underground level under paradise prison. And you see the president's son walking in, and he sees and he starts talking to the guy that he built this thing. He was like, "Hey, ain't you one of the guys that?" He says, "One
Nigga,
of." I
I'm
am him.
him.
This is me. I did this. Lockdown, Pelican Bay. Oh, y'all.
A shoe program, nigga.
Shoe program. This is me. King Kong ain't got nothing. This is all me. Came up, it's all me. Stay true, it's all me. He was like that. And then he was like, "Oh, good. You the one I want to talk to." He says, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, you such and such." Ah, that because he was just saying all that. Looking at him, he looked like, "Ah, you hear?" He was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
you gonna help me get these doors open so we can get out of here and the world can just start getting back to normal." And ladies and gentlemen, that is your first 3 episodes.
Boy, is yeah, man. Like, it's a lot going on. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's so refreshing to watch good TV. Like, I love this
Yeah.
show. Shout out to just all of the little small things in this show that make
Mm-hmm.
this really big thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of the difficulty with doing kind of regular television,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to manage all those things. And especially seeing how it's like only 8 episodes of this, you got to manage them really well
Yeah.
in this time constraint. So just yeah, man. Like
Yeah. We got five
I ain't
episodes left.
I ain't got a
I
whole lot of
can't.
notes for this, man.
I
I'm
don't
just having
either.
fun watching this. I really like it. I
Mm-hmm.
like everybody accent in it. I hope we get I just hope we get some resolution in regards to where his wife is. Like, I need to see them pop up. I need to ATL ho. I need to see them pop up in
Yeah.
Atlanta real quick. You know what I'm saying, twin? You know what I'm saying, twin?
Uh-huh.
I need them to go to Atlanta.
You heard me?
And
Hi.
I need him to go to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I need to make
Mm-hmm.
sure 5 points ain't been flooded out
Hey,
too.
black
I
love
need to
matters.
go to Atlanta.
Black
Yeah,
love matters.
yeah,
Let's make it happen.
absolutely. Even in
Absolutely.
2026.
Six. Real. And
When
apocalypse.
Yeah, and apocalypse.
Yeah.
Absolutely, no, man. Solid first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
If for some reason you stayed through this whole time, as I used to always say, you the real MVP.
MVP.
Make sure you subscribe to the thing. Friday, new episode, new season for Monarch Legacy of Monsters. If it drops like Thursday night,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll see how Friday looks. More likely it's gonna be Saturday, because Friday is pretty busy for me, unfortunately, in the evening, unless we can get in there earlier. But we'll check. Like,
I still need to see the first season.
yeah, I'll be doing it by myself. So anytime I get ready to also, I will be reviewing, because last season I don't even think did I review that. I'm not sure if I reviewed season one, but I'm definitely going to review season.
I think you did do
I
a
think
little
I did.
I
I
think
think
you
I did
did
review
or
season
whatever.
one by
Yeah.
myself
Yeah.
back in the olden days of the channel.
Yeah. And I saw
We
and at my job we did like a little package talking about this show with this show that stars Kurt Russell and his son Wyatt Russell, aka Captain Mayo, aka Captain Captain Maga from the MCU. So
AKA
yeah.
even my son don't like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um oh
AKA
yeah,
give
cuz
her
oh
your
yeah,
superpower.
yeah, we got to do something, yo. Like, we got our anniversary coming up on the
Word?
12th of March. That'll be 5 years.
Really? Okay.
Really.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll figure
Okay.
something out.
We'll figure something out with
We
that.
can
Yeah.
celebrate us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate a celebration. I'm
Yeah.
more focused on the work, but we'll figure something out for us, man.
And for
Anyway,
y'all that's been with us, man, just thank
man,
you though.
thank yo, like,
Thank you, yo, for real.
we appreciate you, even from the transition of the channel. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? From like me and my, if you were here early on, it was just me and my wife and
Yeah.
some of my kids sometimes, but now it's just we just doing this because it's just hella
Fun.
fun.
It's just
You know what I'm
fun, man.
saying? Like I always
And
say, we
everybody
would be
needs a
doing
hobby.
for real, and we would be doing this even if we wasn't talking. So I'm
Yeah.
like up here. So it's this is just an extension of that with just a little more polish. But yeah,
Hmm.
that's it for this one, man. We appreciate y'all. See you next time.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Yes, man, do that.